the colors, the magic garden, also what's the name of your?
That's cloud surfing under the blue moon.
Surfing. So
Yeah.
you have imagination and creativity, and I think always you are like trying to learn with different material.
Yes.
And it's a challenge.
I really like mixed media. In that particular one, the cloud surfing one, I used polymer clay and foam clay, and the foam clay was a new experience.
Wow.
And I really liked working with it because it was almost instant. Once you formed the shape, within about 15 minutes it was set in place, and it was very tactile, beautiful to use. Yeah, so I really enjoyed the process of using that, and a lot of spray paints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the bright and
Yeah.
colors.
Yeah.
All right, so we will start with the questions in relation with this exhibition about Joan Miro, the Spanish-Catalan artist. So what aspects of Joan Miro were most influenced your pieces for this exhibition, and how did you incorporate those elements into your own style?
Yeah, well, I've written down a few, we'll just glance at it periodically. The influence of Miro's work for me was the whimsical aspects of it, and almost the dancing colours and shapes that he has in his work that is bounced off of the canvas. And so I tried to embrace that by using very, very bright palette. And I didn't lend myself too much into the abstract side of things because I'm not an abstract artist, but I very much like the direction that my work started to go in at the time. So, and that came initially from looking at Miro's work.
Yeah. It's amazing because even the topic is one artist. We don't need to copy the style of the artist. Yes. You are interpreting in your own style what is, for say, look at me, no? For you, with Joan Miro, was the colors.
Yeah, the colours and the shapes. Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah. Wonderful. So can you describe your creative process for the particular artworks and how they evolved from the initial concept to the final stage?
What did I write here? The cloud surfing one. It was the first creation that I made, and I wasn't quite sure what direction I was going to go in. I was actually quite confused for a long time about what I was going to do and how I was going to do it, to make it something, a painting or a creation for this exhibition. And one day I just made that funny little face. And it really intrigued me, and I thought, okay, I'll just do whatever comes. And so it really was, I just sort of tapped into my own little journey along the way. Yeah. What was the last bit of that?
It's like I understanding that you are connecting with your artwork and you are not like stuck in a structure that I need to make some mirror. So
I was like that in the beginning. I was thinking it has to sort of represent something from his work, but then I thought, no, it doesn't really matter. It's the way I feel, but I felt when I was doing that, it made me very happy. It made me feel, I just found every time I looked at the little face, it made me feel happy and positive, so that's what I tried to portray in my work.
Yeah, it's like you are having a conversation, internal conversation with your artwork.
Absolutely.
And when you can see that how it's responding, you are responding.
Yes.
It's beautiful. It's going with the flow and not stuck in a structure.
Yeah, and because when I have got stuck in my work, I would rather throw it out the window and start again, because it will show in my work, and I will never be happy with it. So I would rather start again than have to pursue something that I'm not happy with. But once I'm in that flow of being contented with what I'm doing, then it makes it a lot easier to carry on.
Yeah, and the interesting part also is when the public can see your artwork, no? For example, for me, I can interpret it. Every artwork I say, oh, I can see here, I can see here.
Yeah.
So it's open
Yes.
to interpretation.
Absolutely.
So when I'm seeing
Yeah.
your creation for me, it's like Joan Miro has a one famous painting is the constellations.
Yes.
So your creation is surfing,
Yeah.
you know.
Through the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Really not straight, yes. So it's related in a way, in a broad
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. So then, what medium materials have you worked with for the exhibition? You said before.
Oh yeah, well, my yeah, I'm a painter really at heart, and I love painting, and I do use acrylic paint mostly. But I have, in the last few years, I have found resin, 2-part resins, and the UV resin that I've made most of my jewellery out of. Polymer clay, I love working in ceramics with real clay, but it's an extremely expensive process, especially to get things fired and everything. So I found alternative products such as foam clay, the polymer clay, and there's a 2-part epoxy clay that I use as well. So, and so I fell in love with the bright fluorescent colours of spray paint, and I bought myself a spray, airbrush and compressor. So I'm very new at that. There's a little bit in some of my artwork, but I'm very new, so I need probably a few lessons on how to control that. But yeah, so it's a lot of design in my work, and a bright palette is really representative of, I suppose you could call it, my style. Yeah.
It's like I said before, you are always finding something different, a challenge, experimenting. And I remember when we were studying, you started a series of painting like a cells.
Oh yes.
You're like an investigator,
yes.
Like a scientist in art, really interesting.
Yes.
So do you remember how was about the cells and what?
Yeah, that was part of my graduation piece, and it was called The Internal Female Body, and each petri dish I filled with resin and some sort of medium, whether it was paint or I even had one of the students had beautiful green hair, so I asked her for a piece of hair.
Wow.
And I used that, and each little petri dish, there was 57 of them, were a representation or even a portrait of the women in my life that I admired, or my mother, my sisters, my daughters, that influenced me in my art, and people that, and women that, just made me be who I am. And yeah, so each little one was like a portrait of those people. Yeah.
Really interesting.
Yes.
How do you see the influence of Joan Miro abstract style in contemporary art generally? And where do you think your work fits within that context?
Yeah. I see Miro's abstract style in contemporary art as an influence for artists today, and the freedom to create what they feel rather than what they see. Because when I look at Miro's work, it really evokes a feeling. I mean, it's very attractive, and that's what makes you look at it in the first place, with the colours and the lines and the shapes, but it also evokes a feeling, and I like the fact that you can look at something and feel something, an emotion, whatever it may be. But a lot of artists concentrate on the visual side of things. I do myself, but I also really appreciate an artist that can present a piece of work that can produce, evoke a feeling of whatever you make.
It's like some artists will respect every kind of art expression, but some artists are painting just flowers, no?
Yeah.
And this is a meaning for the artist, but it's creating art with a meaning.
That's right.
And provoking feelings,
Yeah,
or even,
exactly.
oh, I don't like it, or oh, I love it.
Yeah, but as long as you get some sort of a reaction, that's what I think it is anyway.
Beautiful. So we were talking about this before, but what challenges did you encounter while creating your artwork for this exhibition, and how did you overcome them to achieve your final vision? This is the last question.
Yeah. Like I said, my work's not particularly abstract, or maybe it's semi-abstract, and it bugged me so much in the beginning because like I said, I wanted to look like Miro's work. I wanted it to be more like his work, and then so that was quite a mental battle for me, almost to the point where I thought, I don't know if I'm going through with this. And so that work up there, that cloud surfing one, is the one that I thought, okay, I'll just let go. I'll let go of this hump that I have to get over, and just go with my own style and be happy with it, and accept the fact that I create this way, he created that way, and so be it. And if I'm happy at the end of it all.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
For that, every artwork is different.
Yeah.
If we are repeating and copying the same style,
Yes.
we say, oh no, this is a photocopy.
Yeah.
But it's amazing to see different ways to connect with an artist.
That's right.
And it's not the same.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly.
And with my work, I just wanted to create positive, bright, happy feelings from it, because there's a lot of greyness in the world today, and I wanted to make people look at it and feel happy. So that's, there's no political or deep-seated meaning in my work. It's just purely to make people feel better, with a pretty garden or a cute little character or something like that. So, that's all it was about.
Very good. And what's next for you? Are you teaching classes?
My sister has some workshops organised for me up far north Queensland in a place called Sapphire.
Wow.
She lives, and so we've got a 3-day workshop where I'll be teaching how to create the resin jewellery.